Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I brought you top 10 action movies list of 2019. So let's get started. Number 10, we have Angel Has Fallen. The Has Fallen series feels like it's getting a little long in the tooth. I'm not sure anybody was expecting we'd get a third one of these. The movie brings back Gerard Butler as the Secret Service agent who got John McClane's luck of always being in the wrong place at the wrong time. This time he's suspected of attempting to kill the President of United States. So instead of going after the bad guy, he's on the run himself. On number 9 we have Cold Pursuit. Cold Pursuit sees Neeson as a mild-mannered man who gets pushed over the edge when his son dies under mysterious circumstances. Determined to push those responsible, he takes fight to them himself. Cold Pursuit isn't taken. To be sure, hell, none of Liam Neeson's excursions into action have reached their plateau, including the sequel to Taken themselves. Having said that, Cold Pursuit is one of the better examples of why this sort of movie works at all. Neeson is clearly enjoying making these movies, and that goes a long way to letting the audience go along for the ride. Number 8. Triple Frontier. Triple Frontier is one of the better action movies we saw in 2019 that nobody ever had the chance to enjoy on big screen outside of limited engagements. It was a film released exclusively on Netflix, but even on the smaller screen it's worth watching out. It has amazing cast that includes Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal. And while the film may not break much new ground, it succeeds at everything it tries to do, including putting forth some solid action sequences. Number 7. 6 Underground. 6 Underground came out on Netflix. It sees Ryan Reynolds as billionaire determined to make the world a better place by putting together an elite team of mercenaries and killing a whole bunch of very bad dudes. The first 20 minutes of 6 Underground consist of single car chase. That really tells you about an action movie. 6 Underground feels like a Michael Bay movie, and honestly, since it doesn't include giant robots, it feels more like a Michael Bay movie. That much of the director's recent output. It's over the top and a bit ridiculous at times, sure, but exactly what were you expecting in an action movie? Number 6. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw is a significantly different movie than the main franchise installments. It still brings top-notch action and has the incomparable action director David Leitch making sure that the action works. Not all of Hobbs and Shaw's action is automotively based as it is in the main series, but there are plenty of cool car chases. There's also great physical action and sequences for everybody in the main cast. Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham and Idris Elba are all get to the shine. Also, somebody needs to give Vanessa Kirby her own action franchise like now. The Fast and Furious franchise as a whole has been reaching cartoonish levels of action in recent years. And this movie is no different. Yes, The Rock totally tries to pull down a helicopter with his bare hands. Of course he does. Number 5. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And then sometimes you want your action in the form of giant monsters beating the crap out of each other. 2014's Godzilla was a generally well received movie, but if the film had any faults, it's that the giant monster action was a bit lacking. Godzilla, King of the Monsters clearly heard that critique, because a lack of action is not a problem here. In addition to Godzilla, we got a bunch of new titans in the sequel, and they all get to beat the hell out of each other. At number 4 we have Terminator Dark Fate. How in the hell did 2019 become the year we got a good Godzilla movie and a good Terminator movie? And nobody cared about either one. Although to be fair, it's not like the Terminator franchise didn't have any several bites at the apple in the past, basically failed every single time. However, Terminator Dark Fate was the Terminator movie everybody had been waiting for. Arnold was back, Linda Hamilton was back, the both got to kick ass, and the Mackenzie Davis is welcome to join Vanessa Kirby in the female action movie I've started to create in my head. This was the first Terminator movie in a long time to feel like a worthy part of the franchise. If you missed it, go fix that. Before getting to top 3 of our list, here are some honorable mentions that did not make our list. Gemini Man, starring Will Smith and Elizabeth Winstead. Rambo Last Blood, starring Sylvester Stallone and Paz Vega. Midway, starring Ed Skrein and Patrick Wilson. 12 Bridges, starring Chadwick Boseman and Sienna Miller. Hellboy, starring David Harbour and Mila Jovovich. Polar, starring Mads Mikkelsen and Vanessa Hudgens. Anna, starring Sasha Luss and Helen Mirren. Ip Man 4, The Finale, starring Donnie Yen and Scott Adkins. Let's get to top 3 movies of our list now. On number 3 we have Alita Battle Angel. Based on a Japanese manga series, Alita Battle Angel looks like what would happen if you could feed a manga into a machine and have it come out at a movie on the other end. The futuristic and fantastical world is realized perfectly. It looks amazing, especially during the action beats. Unlike something like Gemini Man, which falls apart visually when the action gets going, Alita holds up and actually looks that much more stunning when the action gets going. Whether we are watching a bar fight or an extremely violent game of roller derby. On number 2 we have 1917. No offense to Ronald Emmerich's Midway, but if you are going to see a war movie this year, 1917 is the one you shouldn't miss. The upcoming World War I adventure from the director Sam Mendes is a chock full of action. It's also been shot in one long take, which makes the grueling action sequences more astounding. War movies are not traditional action movies in the usual sense. However, 1917 certainly warrants being on the list. It starts off at a quick clip and moves at a breakneck pace through all kind of hazards and scenery. It's an unrelenting movie and one of the best 2019 has to offer. Period. On the action front, it's a great example for how directors can experiment in the genre as well. Before moving to number 1 movie of our list, I request you to like and share my video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. On number 1 we have John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Keanu Reeves returned for a third installment of the killer franchise with John Wick Chapter 3, and he hasn't lost a step yet. At some point the John Wick series might start to falter, but if it keeps finding new ways to expand the universe and make action sequence feel fresh, like the addition of Halle Berry and her trained attack dogs, then this franchise will continue to be top of the action genre for a long time to come. We can't wait until John Wick Chapter 4. So friends, what was your favorite action movie of the year? Was it one of these in the list or something else we didn't cover? Let me know in the comments section below with your feedback, and I will see you in my next video. For now, goodbye.